I love that you use the word hospitality because we're not all in the hospitality industry. But tell me what that means when you say hospitality in your current role and what you're doing. Like, what does that mean to you?
Yeah. So again, my background, I spent a lot of time in restaurants, and hospitality really is one of my truest loves. But when I think about how we can bring that into customer service, it is that empathetic, compassionate service, right? When you call in, I think in our last conversation, we talked about this. Nobody wants to call into a business, right? Like if I'm on the phone, I'd like to call my mom, my husband, my friend. I do not want to call Serta Simmons Vetting. So if I am calling in, I have a problem, but I want to be treated like I matter, right? So I think that's where hospitality can come into customer service, is that sort of be my guest attitude. You're calling in. It is my pleasure to help you. It is not a burden. It is not an annoyance. It is absolutely my pleasure. And I think if we can make people feel that way, even if they called in with a problem, they're leaving feeling seen, heard, and that whatever is going on is going to be taken care of, and just like a weight has been lifted off of them. So a little bit of that, leave them better than you found them mentality.
So let me ask if this is a part of it. Because when I think of hospitality, I think of like a hotel and I think there's a concierge, and that concierge is going to be there to help me with everything and anything, right? Within reason. But it doesn't all have to be hospitality around my room or the room service or pricing. But if I say, hey, I'm trying to get tickets to the game tonight, or I need a recommendation on a good restaurant, they're there on kind of an expanded level to help me. How does the expanded level make it into your business? And how do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think some of that is just the human to human connection, right? So typically, if you're calling a mattress business, you're not looking for game tickets, even though that would be kind of a fun. Like, how do we add that in? You're kind of very specific. You either need some support with a purchasing decision, or you need some support with a purchase you've already made. But I think where we can kind of expand into that hospitality level is truly just people calling people, right? Like, sometimes agents, I think, are a little afraid to just be themselves on a call. And so then it's very stiff, right? Like, I call the mattress company, I can answer your mattress questions. But I've honestly, when I've been on the phones for our company, I've sort of gone into tangents with people about parenthood, or as you mentioned at the top of the call, somehow all roads lead to reality TV with me. So all of a sudden we're talking about BravoCon. So, kind of going off, maybe a little bit off, is like that empowering your agents to bring their whole human self to that call, because I think that's more authentic. And that's really where you can kind of level up the hospitality of it all. It's just two people having a conversation, one maybe having a problem, one having the expertise to solve that problem. But at the end of the day, maybe you're both moms, or maybe you're both reality TV junkies, or maybe you're both baseball fans. So I think that's where the hospitality can come in.
I talked to a gentleman that was in Portugal, and my family, he's going to be on a podcast, and my family's going to Portugal right after Christmas. And all of a sudden, he and I like connected over Portugal, and he's making recommendations on, oh, you can drive from Lisbon, you can drive here or there. So I love this. I love that you won't get that with AI, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Maybe sometime AI will talk to me about BravoCon or Lisbon or something like that, right? But I think you make a really good point, is that even AI, human in the loop, right, is so, so important. And what we can do right now as humans is we can make a connection in any way. That's what I'm taking away, is your goal is to make a connection, show that empathy, but make them feel like, hey, I'm really talking to a real person that understands me. But that connection, even you and I talked before we started the podcast here about, I thought, what was something interesting? And you say, well, I'm a reality TV junkie, because it helps create a connection, right, to you, a little bit more that we know. So I love that. I love kind of expanding how we think about training our agents in addressing the customers. Huge.
No, I love that. It's funny. It makes me think that we have a leader on our team now, but he started as an agent, and his goal on every call used to be to get at least a chuckle out of the consumer, right? Like if you've met him, wonderful person, but not slapstick funny, right? Like not going to be a stand-up comedian. That's not really his vibe. But he's kind of a quietly sort of humorous person. And he was like, if I can make them chuckle, I know we've made a good connection. I know I've done something positive for that person at the very least. And so I do love how you say that. It is about making connections. Again, I'm an AI enthusiast, right? I use it a lot in my work. I encourage my leaders to use it. We're using it more and more for our service. But as of now, as we sit, there are things that AI cannot provide. And that human connection, I see you, I feel you, I'm laughing with you, not yet how I've seen AI